Hi everyone, here we are with the two lights and the one dancing dot. You see that dot? Let's see, can I make it go in the middle? You see it? I'm gonna try to, it's like a game. You know those kind of little handheld games? Let's see. I mean the old-fashioned handheld, not video. Let's see if I can get the dot to go between the two lights. Do you see the dot? I'm probably the only one that sees the dot. Well, anyhow, the lights will be for Tuesday thoughts. So I have a couple thoughts. Well, one's a thought and one's, well, you'll know in a minute. Have you ever heard the song, Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza? Okay, I can't sing that at all. Do you know what that is about? Do you know the backstory to that? If you do, comment below. That was really bad singing. Sorry. So what I was trying to sing was, Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza. Should have just said it instead of singing it. So my second thought is, a word to the wise is sufficient. So I want to share something with you so you don't do this thing that I did. So the other day, yesterday, I was putting groceries away. And I usually, in the freezer, I have the smoothie drinks. I don't know if I've even showed you them. They're frozen. And my fridge, since the day I got it, has never been right. I don't know if I ever did that story about my fridge. I'll have to do it. But anyhow, long story. But, so these smoothies and ice cream can only go in the bottom drawer. It's a side-by-side. I cannot stand a side-by-side. But once again, I got one. But I've had it for a while. But anyhow, so the bottom drawer, which doesn't pull out, is only one where ice cream and these smoothies will stay hard. So I usually go down on the floor on my knees, and then I'm in so much pain, it's very hard to get up. I literally can't get up without holding on to something. I don't know what's going on. Like, I think I said in a video before, I hope it's just the cold weather. But we shall see when the warmer weather comes. So anyhow, yesterday, for some reason, I was like squatting instead of on my knees, because I thought, oh, I don't want to have that awful pain in my knees, and it's so hard to get up, and on and on and on and on. By the way, did you notice I put the candles a different way? Oh, what's that? Oh, what is that? What is going on? Comment below. What is that? Okay, back to my thought before I forget it. What was my thought? Oh my gosh. Being on the floor on my knees. I don't know. So I thought I'd pop a squat, I guess. So I was squatting, and it took a little longer than usual. I reached back. Do you ever have, like, you find something that's been there 100 years? Well, obviously not really 100 years. So I thought I'd just kind of clean out the bottom, like take everything out and like reorganize it basically. So I was doing it, and it took, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, a half an hour, probably half an hour. So I took it all out from the bottom drawer that doesn't open up. I don't know why I call it a drawer, because it is a drawer that doesn't open. But anyhow, so I took it out, reorganized it, put the stuff away, and I got up, which was nice. I was able to get up with very little pain in my knees because I wasn't kneeling on my knees. So I thought, wow, this is nice. I think I'll do this from now on. So I don't know how much later, because after I had put all the groceries away, and I don't know, it's a whole ritual. It's bad enough the grocery shopping, and then, loading it on the belt, where you bring it up, and then putting it in the car and bringing it in the house, and then putting it all away. So anyhow, by the time I was done and whatever else, oh yeah, I think I cut up the chicken, the rotisserie chicken, and had some mashed potatoes and stuff. I was going from one room to the other, and all of a sudden my legs started shaking so bad I could barely stand. And I'm like, what the heck is going on now? And I thought, I've never felt this before. What the heck? What? Now what? Basically, now what? So I feel like the lights are moving, unless it's me. But I can't move my other hand. I don't have my tripod. And if I move my hand, the phone will shut off. So anyhow, I just thought, what's going on? So I sat down a minute, and I could still feel my thighs, the front part of my thighs where my quads are. It just was like really shaky, just a weird kind of feeling. So I sat for a minute, and then I got up because I'm not one to sit. I should learn to sit. I should learn to relax. Um, well, I've learned like, meditation, all that stuff, but just to sit, sometimes just take a break and sit. So anyhow, I got up, and again, it was just really shaky, like I was gonna fall down. It was the weirdest feeling. And so then I thought, well, I'll sit down. So I guess things happen for a reason. I purposely sat down, just sitting there, and I started probably writing stuff up that I'm going to do for YouTube or paying bills or who knows, whatever I was doing. Again, see, I can't just sit, I have to do something. I don't know if I feel like I don't deserve to just rest. Maybe that's it. I'm always multitasking. So then after that, the grocery store, putting away everything, whatever I was doing, I went to get up, and I had a bit of pain in both my front part of my thighs. And I thought, what the heck? And it was still kind of shaky there, but I just went on doing what I had to do, as we all do probably, in life. Especially being a mom, I find that, I just always push forward and do what I gotta do, and, just whatever's gonna go away. It's kind of get there from my mom. She was always that way. I told the story before. She never went to a doctor till she was 79 years old. She was lucky. I'm not that lucky. But anyhow, so I went on, and as the night progressed, the pain got like more and more. But I have a high threshold for pain. So again, I didn't think nothing of it. Went on, did whatever. I went down into the part of the freezer there to get a smoothie because they're much easier for me to eat, in parentheses, because I just put it under the hot water, and I just melted a little because I like the texture when it's almost like what's those bowls called? I don't know, I don't know if it's a smoothie bowl. It's just like, I don't know, it's not all liquidy, it just feels good in my mouth. So I got it again, and the pain was horrific. So I got up, and shooting, like burning pain. So I barely made it over to the sink. My legs started, like, the top part were real shaky again. So I went and just quickly, barely, I rinsed it off, because it was from the store. So I rinse it really good because you drink from it. But I just did it quick, and it was still hard. So I thought I'd just sit there. Again, I got to sit and just let it kind of melt a little. And as the evening progressed, it just got worse and worse, and then I went into my bed early for once. I thought, well, if I can't sleep, at least, well, early to me is like 2, 3 a.m. But anyhow, I thought if I can't sleep, at least I'm going to lay down. So I was laying down, and I always try to elevate my feet because I have varicose veins on my, in my, what's it called? What's that bottom part called? Ankles. Actually, my one ankle is pretty bad. But anyhow, so I'm just laying there, whatever. So I finally fell asleep, and then I woke up with such awful pain in my thighs again. Just awful, awful, like a burning, terrible burning pain sensation. So I just really didn't sleep at all. It was just hurting so, so bad. And I had no Motrin in my, I have a little pill bottle, not bottle, thing. It like crushes the pills. It's a pill thing. Can't think of the word. It's not a bottle. It's a thing where you can crush your pills and store your pills. No Motrin. I thought, it hurts too bad. I can't walk to the kitchen. So I just, laid there most of the night just wondering. Yes, I did Google. Well, no, I think I started to Google. Google. And then I think I dozed off. And then I was in pain again. So I don't know if I got a half an hour's sleep. That was probably it. So when I went to get up, I could barely get up. The pain in my thighs was outrageous. I've never felt this kind of pain. And I've had root canals with no Novocaine. I can't take Novocaine, so it was Carbocaine for me, but, without a numbing agent. I had a tooth pulled without a numbing agent, nothing, just no gas, no medicine, nothing. So I have a high threshold for pain. I thought, wow, this really hurts. What the heck is wrong? So all day today, it was just unbelievable pain. I was sitting more than anything. To walk, oh my gosh, it was like, I don't know. So I started to Google some things. And then as I was Googling, I started to think. When I was putting stuff away, like I said, I usually, like I kneel on my knees and then kind of, put pressure on my knees, but I didn't. So when I was squatting, I must have pulled all the muscles in my quads. I must have. So then I started putting that in Google, and yep, that's exactly what I did. And so then, you go deeper and deeper into Google, and I looked, and it says, I said, how long does it take to heal? And of course, the first thing that comes up is 6 weeks. I'm thinking 6 weeks, there's no way I can handle this much pain for 6 weeks. And then it said sometimes it can go away after 2 to 3 weeks. I'm thinking, there's no way. So then I remember from nursing school, there's something called RICE, RICE. It's just a way we remember things, which means when you have an injury, which this would be an injury or it's inflamed now, you do rest, ice, compression, and elevation. So I had already rested. I had already elevated, so I needed to ice, and I had no those ACE bandages. So I had some popsicles in my fridge that were so frosted over they're just gross. There's no taste of freezer burn. So I took them, and oh gosh. The funny thing is when you get hurt, at least for me, heat feels better, but heat is very bad when you have an injury. You have to do cold for the first 72 hours. That's the RICE thing. So if you can remember, if you get an injury, of course, you see a doctor if you think it's bad, but if it's just something like that, well, I shouldn't say just something. It's not just anything. It's horrible. So I was taking the popsicle and kind of rubbing it back and forth very gently. Oh, it hurt terrible. But once I was able to get my leg kind of a little numbish, it was a tad better. So I did 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, just walking back to the freezer, which was just, I don't know, 2.5 feet from me. Oh, awful pain. So I kept doing that all day, and still I am in so much pain. So I started reading more what to do, and it says to drink Gatorade, stay hydrated, take magnesium, which I don't have any. I forgot what there were 6 things, but it said to do besides the rice thing. So anyhow, that's my Tuesday thoughts. So this happened on Saturday. Sunday, I'm excruciating pain. If I could edit, I could add to this how I'm feeling on Monday, but I'll put in the comments when I put this up on Tuesday how the pain is. So has anyone ever hurt that area or pulled the muscles? I must have pulled every muscle there is, every from one end to the other, because this pain, oh my goodness, have never felt this kind of horrible pain. If you've ever had it, and I hope you haven't, but if you have, do you have any remedies? I'd sure appreciate them. So for now, don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Sharing is caring. Don't forget to pay it forward. Feels good in your heart. Polly's heart in my heart. Don't forget to call a friend, help a friend, be a friend. And check on the elderly and be safe. And don't squat. And don't bend over like from your back either. But I remember, didn't they say like instead of bending over, you bend down, which I was kind of doing, squatting. But I guess that's for when you're like, 20 years old. I don't know. This pain is really terrible. So if you have any suggestions, I'd appreciate them. So for now, Tuesday thoughts. Bye.